Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and this is a slightly different video to what I've done before. Previously, you see me do FIFA videos, but today I'm making a tier list video, and it's one I wanted to do for a while, but I waited till the new Misfits boxing event. And as you can see here, there's only a select few fighters on here. I've picked the fighters that have been the most active recently, or the fighters that have said that they want to continue. Ones that I've sort of left out are ones that might have fought back in the day on the KSI, Logan Paul or Joe Weller undercards, or the TikTok undercards, and some fighters on here are ones that they said they want to fight or have sort of spoken out on fighting. So we're going to start off here with Andy Warski. I'm just going to put you in Just Retire because honestly he got slapped up by Salt Papi. I don't know if he had another fight before that, but it was like 10 seconds. It was ridiculous. Anderson Gibb, I'm going to put him in great. A few months ago I would have said put him up there in best in the scene, but I sort of look at it now and I think there's fighters now that have come out that I think can beat him, and we'll go over that soon. Anthony Taylor, I'm going to put him in great because I don't think he's best in the scene, and he just lost to Idris Virgo the other night, and I don't think he beats someone like KSI or Jake Paul, Logan Paul, any of those guys, but he does give a lot of people in the scene competition. Arms, put him in Just Retire. He lost to Minicon. B-Dave, Just Retire. Lost to Pineda, no disrespect. Well, it's kind of disrespectful to say Pineda, but he looked good. Pineda looked good. You know what? I'm going to put Pineda in. Haven't seen much because, yeah, we have seen him in 2 fights, but the one fight he was getting battered by KSI, and in another fight he was battering B-Dave. So in another fight, we'll see. I'm not sure who, but I know he'll definitely be back. I'll put these 2 guys here, Wharton and Demore, because Demore beat Wharton, but Demore is trash. And I'm just going to put them both together and Just Retire. And Bryce Hall, I'm going to put him in trash because I do feel like he is kind of entertaining. He is cringe, but he's entertaining. And I think if he can improve, he can definitely have a future in the space. But not a good future, sort of like a journeyman, maybe win a few fights here and there. That's if he wants to. He has spoken out and fighting people like Deji and KSI. Shirley's Just Retire. He was trash. DDG, he spoke out recently on fighting Pretty Boy Fredo, or whatever his name is, and I'm going to say we haven't seen much. He looked good against the guy he fought. I can't remember his name. Nate Wyatt, I think it was. Back in the TikTok versus YouTubers event, and he looked good, but he's just been doing music now, so I'm just going to put him in. Haven't seen much, but I do think he is okay. Dean the Great, I'm debating whether to put him in great or best in the scene. Right now I'm going to put him in great, but he's like there. He's just on the verge. I think if he beats Waleed in the rematch, well, I think he does, I think he goes up to here, but right now I'm going to put him in great. Deji, there should be a middle one between great and haven't seen much. I should have done that, but I'm going to put him in haven't seen much because we have seen Deji. We saw him against Jake Paul. We then saw him against Vinny Hacker, and then we saw him against what's the other guy? Alex Wasabi. We saw him against Alex Wasabi, and he lost all 3 of them. But then we saw him against Fuzi, and we saw him against Mayweather, and he looked better in those fights. If we see him win another fight to make him 2 and 3, or if you want to count the Mayweather fight 2 and 4, he could go up to great. But right now I'm going to put him in haven't seen much because Fuzi's not really a great opponent, and yes, he fought Mayweather, but he didn't do much. DK Money, I'm going to put him in trash. He got slumped quick by King Kenny. And Dr. Mike, I'm going to put him in great. I really should have put a good category, but he has fought a pro boxer. But he didn't really do much, and he had that fight before. I can't remember who it was against, but he looked decent. And the fact that he's willing to get in there with a pro boxer before guys, I say this, before Jake Paul and KSI, I really do think he's probably the only one right now who has fought a pro boxer, because I'm not counting Anderson Silva as a pro boxer. DTG, I'm going to put him in trash because he didn't really do much against Halal Ham, but I didn't think he had a bad performance, but that's not to say, you know, I don't think he had a bad performance, but Halal Ham here is also trash. He lost to Salt Papi, and basically the point I'm trying to say is he didn't do bad, but Halal Ham isn't good. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Ed Matthews, trash. You beat a 50-year-old man, and he's trying to be like, oh yeah, this guy, I'm gonna beat you. Yeah, no. Fuzi, just retire. What's he doing here? Ginty, I'm gonna put you in haven't seen much because he did rock JMX. He did send him to the floor, but then obviously he got up and then he lost to JMX. And I think he had a fight before, did he, or did he not? Either way, to knock down JMX, he's a big guy, so it must take a lot of power. So I think Ginty, I'm gonna have to put in haven't seen much. Greg Hardy, I don't know where to put you because he did beat Hasim Rockman Jr., who I do rate very highly, and we'll get onto him in a second. And he beat him, but I don't think he's a better boxer than some of these guys on the card, but just because of his weight, because he's so big, and he probably has a lot of power, he can basically beat pretty much anyone because it would be a disadvantage to anyone unless we get a really big, fat, guy coming in. I'm going to put him in great. Actually, no. I'm going to put him in haven't seen much. Because he really just beat Hasim Rockman on sides. He got kind of outboxed, but he just, got a few, like a knockdown, I think, and had a lot of power shots really to beat Hasim. Right, this guy, Uriah Hall, I think he beat Le'Veon Bell, and I was kind of impressed by Le'Veon Bell, and he did lose. This guy's a UFC fighter, or previously was a UFC fighter. I'm going to put him in haven't seen much again. I've updated it. I've updated the tier list. I've got best in the scene, fantastic, good, haven't seen much, trash, just retire. So I'll put Uriah Hall in there, and obviously I'll put these three in here, which I said there should be a good category, which is there in there. So Uriah Hall, haven't seen much, but he did beat Le'Veon Bell. Hasim Rockman Jr., I'm going to put in... It's tough because he is a pro boxer, right? And you should put a pro boxer in best in the scene, but he lost a fight. But I will make the excuse, it was purely down to weight, in my opinion. It was an unfair fight. You put anyone that, I think, you could put one of the best boxers in the world against, a guy who's twice as heavy as him. The power, it will do a lot. I'm going to put Hasim Rockman Jr. fantastic. That's not to say the guys I'm going to put in best in the scene are better than him, because in my opinion they're not, but that's just where I'm going to put him because he has lost one fight. Taylor Holder, I'm going to put in haven't seen much. Actually no, I'm going to put him in trash because he got battered by Gibb, and there was so much hype around him before the fight even started. He's the most experienced boxer, and then he got absolutely whooped by Gibb. So yeah, he's trash, but see him again, maybe, I don't know. I think he started doing music, but whatever. Idris Virgo, I'm going to put him best in the scene. Now, he absolutely dominated Anthony Taylor, and, I like Idris Virgo. I've sort of started following him a little bit since we've had an interaction on Twitter. I like to call him a friend of mine, but yeah, he probably don't remember me. But yeah, Idris Virgo, I was there to see it. He was an absolute battering of Anthony Taylor. Now, and besides where he goes next, I would give him a fight like Woodley, maybe Tommy Fury if he was down, Joe Fournier if he was down. Give these guys, because he seems to be the sort of gatekeeper. If you want to fight KSI, you got to go through Idris Virgo. And if KSI doesn't fight Jake Paul, or if Jake Paul beats KSI, I reckon you send Idris Virgo, I reckon you send him to beat Jake Paul. Base Jarvis, I'm going to say good. Actually, good. Between good, I haven't seen much, because he did get a good knockout on Michael Lee, but Michael Lee didn't look very good, and we haven't seen him fight since. I'm going to put him in haven't seen much, but it was a good performance from him. JMX, I'm going to put in good. Performance against Ginty. He did get knocked down, but I think a fight to make is him versus Logan Paul, or him versus who's another big. I think him versus Logan Paul is the fight to make. Josh Bruckner. I'm gonna put in good. I'm gonna put Josh Bruckner in good because he is a good fighter. It just shows how good Salt Papi really is that he was able to knock him down, and abs don't win fights and all that. He battered. He destroyed Chase Demore, right? He put on a good performance, and he has fighting background before, I think, with MMA or kickboxing or something like that before. I'm not too sure which one, but he is a good boxer, a good fighter, and his nickname says it all, the Boogeyman. I think he would give a lot of fighters a tough fight and win potentially a lot of them. King Kenny, I'm going to put in good as well. I'm going to put in good. I know he's controversial. The first fight against Face Temper, he lost, but he got given the win, but it got overturned. The second fight against Face Sensei, people thought he lost that, and then he won. I personally think he beat Face Sensei, and Face Sensei seems to agree, sort of. But since then, he's gone on to beat DK Money, which was the first his first knockout and the first convincing performance that he's given. So I'm going to put him in good. I do think he is good and would give a lot of guys problems as well. Le'Veon Bell, I'm going to put him again, haven't seen much. I think he's the one who said he wanted to fight Jake Paul, or it might have been Uriah Hall, one of the two. They both fought each other. I think he lost the fight, but I think both of them could fight again, not against each other, but against other people in the scene if they wanted to. I know Le'Veon Bell certainly would want to do that. Logan Paul, I'm gonna put in good. He did fight Floyd Mayweather, and he's doing WWE now, but he isn't. He hasn't won a fight. And these guys have. Hakeem Rockman Jr. hasn't won a fight in misfits or crossover boxing, but I think he's like 12-1 professionally, or something like that, or 11-1, something like that. Logan Paul hasn't won a fight, so you can't justify him being in fantastic or best in the scene. And there's too many fighters now. I think back in the day, 2020 or 2021, maybe early 2022. You look at it and you think, like, during the lockdown vibes, oh yeah, Logan Paul, KSI, Jake Paul, best fighters, right? Austin McBroom, I'm going to put in. I'm going to put in trash because he beat Bryce Hall, who was a punching bag the whole fight, and he lost to Gibb, and he got knocked out by Gibb. He did show some good power in the early rounds against Gibb. He knocked him down. And he does look like he has power and a little bit of boxing skill, but Gibb was just too good on the day. And I think Gibb, of course, he is one of the best in the scene, but I think not at the moment. He's got to prove it again. Minicon, I'm going to put in... haven't seen much. I think he's won 1 or 2 fights. And I did see Minicon the other day. I didn't get a picture or anything because I was trying to think, is that him? Because he was standing in front of us in the queue to get in. Me and my mates that went with me, we was standing there, and he came walking through in and out of I was like, what's this guy doing? And I realised it was Minicon. I had to get the picture up, and he's got the same earrings and everything. So the Money Kicks guy, haven't seen much. I swear he had one fight, and then hasn't fought since. NNA Productions, trash. Actually, just retire, even though I think he's probably going to fight Foxer G soon. Ashley Raxu, haven't seen much. He lost to Anthony Taylor, which is a tough fight. Adam Salah, trash. I think he drew to Waleed Sharks, and then he drew to Austin McBroom's brother or cousin or something like that. Landon McBroom he drew to, I think he drew to him. He just doesn't look like he can win a fight. Salt Papi is a big one, and I'm going to put him straight into best in the scene. He is, if you want to count, if you take out, in my opinion, you take out Idris Virgo, who is clearly the best boxer there, in my opinion. You take out Idris Virgo, top 3, KSI, Jake Paul, and Salt Papi. That is the top 3, in my opinion. Salt Papi, no words needed. He's just fantastic. Face Sensei, I'm going to put him in good. We haven't seen much. We saw him in one fight. and then we against Overflow, who I didn't put in here because yeah, and I think he had and then he had the fight with King Kenny, which he lost, but it was controversial. But I don't think he's fighting again. I think I heard him say so. It's sad, but it is what it is. Slim, I'm going to put him fantastic. He has shown he has power. He's an awkward fighter. He has an awkward style, but he gets the job done. He had a tough night against Tom Zanetti the other night, but I don't think he beats people like KSI, Slim. But again, a fight like Logan Paul, maybe, if that's possible, I would like to see that. Or a fight him and Gibb, maybe him and Salt Papi, maybe to prove his worth. Him and Kenny, fights like these can be made. Him and J-Mex, maybe. I'm not sure if that's possible, but fights like that. He is a sort. I think he's a main event fighter now. Swarms. Swarms. I'm gonna put in haven't seen much because in the KSI fight he got spun around like a ballerina. But in the fight against Ryan Taylor, it was one punch and then he won. But the way he was moving, the head movement, he was shimmying. It's like I was watching a dancing performance. It was beautiful, and and then that jab, he was throwing some good jabs. Some of them didn't land, but that one punch, if it takes you one punch to knock someone out or to damage their eye, you've got to have power behind it. And Swarms clearly has power. I want to see him box again. He will for sure. It's just, what fights do you give? Here's one. You give him. Where's he gone? Where's Tyron Woodley gone? You give him Tyron Woodley. Why not? Jay Swingler, I'm going to put in. Haven't seen much. He fought Churdleys. He won. I think he fought Gibb and lost. Haven't seen much, but he's got a fight coming up next month, which he's probably going to win. FaZe Temper, I'm going to put in good. He beat Kenny. I think if they have a rematch, Kenny beats him. Kenny's just improved so much since then, and I think he lost to Slim, and then he beat Overflow, which isn't hard, and then he got knocked out by KSI, which is there's no shame in that really. I'm going to put him in good, even though I don't think he's on a level of these guys. Waleed Sharks, I'm going to put him in good. If he beats Dean the Great in a rematch, he goes up to fantastic. But I think, he showed that he was a better boxer in a fight against Dean the Great. But Dean knocked him out, and Dean has shown more. And I feel like Waleed is a bit more of a. I feel like he's a crybaby to me. I've seen him on Twitter all the time, asking for a rematch. And if he was boxing, if you was boxing better than him the whole fight, then I'd understand it. And but you didn't get robbed, you got knocked out, so I think Alex Wasabi, I'm going to put in. Haven't seen much. He had one fight with Deji, he won. He was supposed to have the fight with KSI and he pussied out. I don't know whether he's going to fight on Misfits or not, but wherever he goes, I think give him a fight like Swarms, maybe a fight like Temper, give him another redemption. Temper, fights like that can be made. Deji versus Wasabi rematch, why not? I'd like to see that happen. Tyron Woodley, trash. He's talking too much, and he hasn't backed it up. He got knocked out by Jake Paul. He wanted to fight KSI. He was complaining about the contract, whatever, and then KSI moved on. I think if I feel like the Misfits card in America in 2 months' time, I think in April, I think it is. You give Woodley a fight like Idris or Hassim or Slim, someone of that, Anthony Taylor. Why not? Give him them fights. And if you want to fight KSI, you got to beat one of these top level fighters. You got to beat them. And if you win that, then you go to KSI. Tom Zanetti, haven't seen much. He's supposed to have a fight with the Jaden King guy, I think. Got postponed. No, not postponed. He got cancelled. And then he fought Slim, and he had a great performance against Slim. It was very tight, and I think Slim got the better of him. But Tom Zanetti looked tough, and he was eating shots just like Ryan Taylor, which is another fighter I forgot. But I would put him in Joshua Tyre, if I'm being honest. Now, final two: Jake Paul and KSI. I'm going to start off with KSI. No words needed. He is best in the scene. I think he does beat Salt Papi. I don't think he beats Idris Virgo, but KSI, there's no words needed. And you give him certain fights and he's going to improve so much. And I feel like that's why Jake Paul wants to fight him now, because he's still wild in a way, but you give him a fighter that isn't 6'4", you give him a fighter that can actually box well, he will show what he can do. And it's so scary that we haven't seen the best of him yet, which I think we're going to see against Joe Fournier. But for now, we have to say Jake Paul is better than him. But I feel like when they fight, we will see in the Joe Fournier fight what he can do. I truly believe KSI will beat Jake Paul. And Idris Virgo is best in the scene. So that is it, guys. That is my tier list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. The mic quality isn't that good. Sadly, I'm going to get a new mic soon, hopefully. But we're going to have to do with this one. But yeah, this is the tier list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys agree in the comments, and let me know any fights I missed out. I know I missed out a few, Ryan Taylor and some of the women fighters, but most of them were being Ryan Taylor being Just Retire, and the woman would be I think Astrid Wet would be in Just Retire, Faith Trash, Elbrook in Good. So yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe to me in the next video. Let's go.